Hi guys, it's Jada Murphy again, and today I'm going to be giving my critical analysis of Shitty First Drafts by Lamott. I found this article to be quite thought-provoking and incredibly applicable to this class, as we are all trying to be better writers and aspiring to improve our writing together as a group. Clearly, a key element of writing is drafting, and that is what Lamott addresses in this piece. I think that she does an impeccable job of describing the struggle that even experienced writers have on a daily basis when trying to draft and produce fruitful work for themselves. And I also think that a layer of credibility is added in the fact that Lamott wrote this herself, and she has several books that she has published herself, and I thought that it was very helpful that we have kind of her criteria and her works listed in the beginning, and we all know what she has done going into this piece. So I'd like to begin by covering some of the basic elements that I identified in this piece. As the primary audience of this piece, I thought that all aspiring authors and students would be deeply affected by it. I think that Lamott does this effectively by addressing stereotypes about writers right off the bat in the first paragraph. I think it comforts the reader to know that established professionals, as mentioned by the author, quote, don't know what they're doing until they've done it. And I think that obviously later in the piece, Lamott addresses this in her life as something that she has struggled with as well. And throughout the entire piece, Lamott addresses the good, the bad, and the ugly of writing. In my opinion, Lamott is incredibly clear about her claim in this piece. A true writer's first draft is usually shitty, as it should be. Lamott describes this struggle to begin writing with the metaphor of letting your inner child out, and I thought that was a really down-to-earth way to describe this. She says it is messy, and sometimes the writing trails to places that the writer wouldn't even begin to think of when they are writing initially. But truly, we need to be free to write the bad before we find the good, and Lamott mentions that directly. She also says in paragraph 4 that the potential good could be found in your 6th page of writing, and the first 5 pages are shitty. I think that Lamott appeals to the reader as well on a whole new level when she mentions her own failure and insecurities as a food review author. She was very detailed about that throughout the piece. I think that the purpose of this article is delivered very eloquently. I think that the author provides an array of examples and encourages to help aspiring authors take heart and be encouraged even in their failure, because good can come from failure. And the author describes the drafting process to be an anxious and almost painful experience for herself as an individual. She describes it at the end of the piece somewhat, to me, seems like a hamster wheel. She is going through the same process over and over again as a food reviewer. She doesn't think that she can do it. She thinks that she's going to lose her job, but she ends up finding success. I think this is relatable for students everywhere who go through this process every time they try to write a paper. Thank you for watching.